national teams for Australia.
No, you're right. I think a couple of years ago when the Classic Wallabies came, they brought in quite a few older guys, and they sort of found out quickly that it's not the way to go here. You need to have some sort of experience mixed with youth, which they've got. There's a few familiar faces there in the Classic Wallabies setup. Obviously, one of the main faces you see there is Big Wendell Saylor. He's never short of a few words.
Big lad.
Loves the chat, loves a run.
Also the coach, I know he loves this event coming over here.
Big Justin Harrison, yeah, he's heading up the Classic Wallabies setup now, which is they've put more emphasis on that now in Australia, which is good. And these guys go throughout the country doing skills and coaching camps, which is good. It's a good thing for Aussie rugby, because obviously previous years there's been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, no, I did read a news report recently that say was ballroom dancing at the moment was more popular in Australia than rugby union, but certainly, the events like this, the opportunity to travel, having people go around, run coaching skills with kids across Australia makes a big impact on growing the.
No, it does, mate. And no matter what you say, there's these teams, these guys, they've still got the kids to look up to these guys. And so having these ex-players or current players, going around the country coaching, kids are going to look up to them. So they're always going to have that reputation. So actually another face there I see is Tim Atkinson. He's a Hong Kong boy. He was sort of raised in Hong Kong, went to school here, then went back and played sevens for Australia. So he seems to have put on a few kegs since he stopped his sevens days, but it'd be good to see him have a bit of a run out. He was lightning in his Australian sevens days back in the Australian sevens heyday when they were up in the top of the world. So it'd be good to see these guys have a run out.
But just before that game kicks off, I think there was a true legend there that wasn't mentioned, was Sean Brown. That was in the middle of the team picture there, the most kind of passionate supporter in Hong Kong rugby for any team.
He's the most photographed rugby player in the world, I think. another classic Wallaby there, Stephen Larkham. Obviously, not doing much with the Wallabies anymore, so he's found his way up here.
Right, we got the Dragons about to kick off to the Classic Wallabies. I know the Dragons have had a lot of frustration with this competition over the last few years. The calibre of players they bring in is second to none. It's pretty much a professional outfit, but unfortunately they just haven't got the results that they wanted. And I know they're going to be really gunning to win the 10s this year. No, certainly.
And the issue is though they've also got they've got a 15s team in the Rapid Rugby, so they haven't obviously had the luxury of bringing in a lot of their main guys, because they'll be playing in that. They play against Western Force next weekend, so they've been left in Singapore to train. But I'm sure that the guys that are out here now will be giving their all, and they'll be trying to win it.
We saw the AP Dragons there, just won the ball out of contact, put some big hits in there, dislodged the ball off the Australian player, and they're now looking to build a platform to attack from there. You can see the defensive line on the Australian team pretty strong here, covering both sides of the field pretty well, and giving the APBs no option to attack. Again, but that was great strength there by the AP Dragons number 3. Great support in line there by 15.
Yeah, it's just silly. Just the tackle was too high there. On a big goal like that, you've just got to go around the ankles.
Yeah, you can't go high. These hands are like trying to tackle a brick wall.
No, exactly, mate. Yeah.
And again, that's what makes the difference. It's just one missed tackle, and you've got to try.
No, exactly. These guys aren't small. You get one fend, one quick break, and then they're away. So that's a disappointing start for Classic Wallabies. But the AP Dragons, they'll be happy with that. So not even 2 minutes into the game, they're 5, maybe 7 points up. Well, it's only 5.
And I think that's a sign of what the AP Dragons are looking to do in this competition. They want to make a statement very early on to say, we're here to win this competition. We're not messing around. This is ours to lose.
No, they're definitely. They've stated quite clearly that they want to win this. They're here to win. They're not here to make up numbers. So they'll be trying to sort of assert their dominance and their authority on the tournament early on.
So they didn't make the conversion. It's just under 8 minutes left in the first half. AP Dragons 5, Wallabies 0. It's a great steal there off the kickoff. You're seeing that more and more in these kind of reduced games, reduced games of numbers in terms of 7s and 10s, where they're not actually going there and letting the opposition take the ball off the kickoff. They're actually trying to steal it and tap it back.
No,
You just saw then.
You're right there. The kickoff seen now as an attacking weapon. You want to get the ball high, and you guys get up there to take it. So that's a bit of a good piece of defence there from the Classic Wallabies. Forced the error from the APDs.
Yeah, I think the Wallabies at this stage just be trying to calm the APPs down. They're obviously coming out there, got their foot flat down on the floor to try and get the gas and drive into it. I think the Wallabies just going to be trying to absorb this, get some steadiness back in the game, and then try and take momentum back in their favour.
No, definitely. I mean, they'll be sort of trying to. I mean, they'll be upset about that first try, but it's only 5-0. You know, as we've seen before, that the game can change at the drop of a hat. So they'll just want to consolidate here, keep the ball in hand. Throw the ball round and maybe make a gap or two and score.
Penalty there to the Wallabies for the AP Dragons pulling the scrum down.
Not the best kick, but I think he's found touch. It's actually turned to an absolute jam. Good attacking position here for the Classic Wallabies.
There's a line out to the Wallabies, taken short. Just into the side, the AP Dragons 22 now. Interesting, the AP Dragons seem to be deploying a kind of flatter defence than what we saw with the Penguins earlier, where they're looking to kind of fan out as the attack comes to them. No,
well, I think they've employed more of just a flat line defence rather than chucking one or two defenders up, because they know that the Wallabies will have one or two steppers there. So if they don't want to get caught off guard and be stepped to score. So
it's a yellow card there.
It's a yellow card. So let's see if the Classic Wallabies can take advantage of this.
So this is the prime attacking opportunity here now for the Wallabies. A line out just deep into the 22 of the AP Dragons.
Yeah, we'll see. Here we go. They've got a few big forwards there, so I wouldn't mind betting they'll try and drive this up.
3 minutes.
Which they've done,
right, so that's a
and they're over.
Here.
That'll bring smiles back to the faces of the coaching staff and the Classic Wallabies.
And I think that's going to work really well for them. The fact that players just gone off now, they've pretty much got still the 2 minutes remaining with the AP Dragons player in the bin.
No, exactly. And you look at the Classic Wallabies. They've got some big boys up front there, which they'll use to their advantage. I mean, they've used it on the far side off the line out. They took a short ball and drive, and then now obviously off the line out here, they've got the ball close enough to try line, thrown the ball up and just drive the ball over for a try. So sometimes having the big popos in this game can pay dividends. So he's missed the conversion. That's 5-all. But the Wallabies will be wanting to use this next minute wisely. They've still got a minute on the clock for the yellow card. They've got the kick. Let's see how if they can get the retain possession here, and that'll be key for them.
Yeah, they'll certainly be coming out here now. I think the Wallabies going to start enjoying this. That kick is just perfection, just on the 10-metre line. You can see there was no challenge for the Wallabies player. As you said earlier, Junior, they've taken that into an attacking position. Unfortunately, they just got caught holding on with the ball there because he didn't have the support around him to protect the
that's the
player.
key. If you're going up like that, you've got to have one guy sort of up his arse to sort of, as soon as that ball goes to deck, he's got to get over it and regain that possession.
That was a good kick there by the AP Dragons. He's just put them just outside the Wallabies 22 now. Will they have an ideal attacking platform, and they'll try and kind of limit the damage that can be caused by having a player in the sin bin.
Yeah, you see they're not rushing anything here. They're taking their time getting the line out. I've just noticed they're number 11 for the APDs, Lawrence Miller, USRC Tigers man. He's taken the ball on the line out and popped it off nicely.
A great clear out there by the Dragons. Going for the old no one at home technique there because he saw a gap. Well taken by the Wallabies. Again, just basically handling errors coming through there. I think it's just kind of that nervousness, tiredness, because they've just been on the defence for a little while, coming back in. I don't think he expected that. And I think that I also see this now, there's a balance between giving sympathetic passes to the player on the inside, not trying to fire it in, which makes it difficult for them to kind of catch and handle, particularly in these conditions where the humidity is so high, your hands get very sweaty, that ball feels like trying to catch a bar of soap in the shower.
No, definitely, man. And if you've got, you're looking up and you're seeing these big defenders come out, you don't want a hard ball, sort of getting thrown at you at 100 miles an hour. You'd rather get a sympathetic pass so you can sort of have a bit of composure to catch the ball.
Especially when it goes high, opens those ribs, because that can be some serious damage done.
You definitely don't want to expose those ribs, especially against a team like the APDs. They're known as a team that like to smash a few ribs.
It seems to be a big island kind of number in the Dragon squad. So that kind of goes hand in hand with those big hits.
No, exactly, man. That's, I think, part of the whole this global rugby is Asia Pacific Dragons are basically a lot of Islander guys who don't get the opportunity to play, too much Super Rugby. So they're given the chance. So they're playing in the Asia Pacific Dragons, and they'll get a chance to play against some of the top teams. So the Western Force and a few other teams. So hence the heavy island presence.
And I think this is also an interesting point to make on that. The fact that this competition is actually seen as a platform for people to excel into that league. You got a few kind of very senior rugby individuals here from clubs across the globe that come here and will be watching these games, looking for the next talent to come through, both on the club and national level.
No, definitely, and you'll often see a lot of teams, a lot of the Sevens teams, they take their 12 to the Hong Kong Sevens, but they have the next 2 or 3 players joining teams in the 10s. So if they need to be called on to play for the Sevens for their team, they're actually in Hong Kong. So it's not too much of a change for them. They don't have to rush anyone up.
There's just over a minute left now in this first half. It's a line out to the Wallabies deep inside the 22 of the AP Dragons.
Yeah, but they'll just want to keep the ball here and just have a bit of composure, take the ball in, which they've done. It's coming out clean for the Wallabies now. The ball's out. He'll take that ball up again. Again, they're just basically taking the ball in, drawing in some defenders. The nice flat ball there for the fly half. It's a good hit there, but he's managed to bump him off. Again, retaining possession.
Yeah, but when you look at the Wallabies, their attacking kind of profile just seems to be a bit more limited compared to the likes of the Penguins and the other teams.
No, they don't seem to have those lightning fast guys. I think they're just more of a they'll just graft away. Which can work. I mean,
yeah, no, of course it can.
It's I mean, there's different ways to play this game's of 10s, which is the beauty of the tournament. So and the Wallabies seem to be one of those teams who like to just basically play hit up after hit up after hit up and try and
that was a great offload off the floor then. Fantastic offload off the floor. You can see the Wallabies really looking to attack on here.
Be interesting to see what they do here. If they kick for the ball, they take the quick tap. They've got numbers wide if they bring it. Oh, they sort of should have gone. Silly pass there. He should have gone. Just use the man rather than miss it. But anyway, we go to the half at 5-all. It'll be an interesting second half here.
No, I think it's been quite a balanced kind of half. It's been equal in AP Dragons half, Wallabies half. I find it hard to call the winner. I'd slightly favour the more. I lean towards more the AP Dragons at the moment, but it can easily go either way the second half.
No, you're right, man. It's the scoreboard is actually probably a very true reflection of the way the game's gone. So the second half is going to be critical. Both teams will be wanting to obviously get this first up win, but the key is going to be who retains the ball better and who can take those chances. And you're right. I'd say the APDs are probably a younger bunch, with probably a bit more attacking flair. But you can never write off experience. Reece, there's a lot of there's a fair few Wallaby caps out there. Bring on the likes of maybe Larkham and Timmy Atkinson, both guys who have played at the abbreviated level, a fair bit. So they could, they can just show what they've got and bring this game home.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how they come out and play this, because I think the APBs are going to be pretty shocked at how well the Wallabies have defended and kind of held up against them in this. I think they would have been thinking this would have been an easier game for them, but as you said earlier, the Wallabies are kind of bringing a higher level of caliber team here every year. They'll be going through now. The teams will be kind of really reflecting on that first half. I think the AP Dragons will be getting a little bit more frustrated. I think if you look at the size and power of them, they're going to be wanting to get more tries and more points on the board than they've actually got. And I think the Wallabies are going to be very happy with what they've done and certainly kind of finishing that half deep into the 22. And just a kind of slight error on that pass at the end, I think, trying to force it. They'll be coming out now second half thinking, we can do this, we can get the win on here.
No, I mean, the Wallabies are, as I said before, you can't write off experience, and a lot of these guys have been in this position before. It's not, it's the old cliche. It's nil all boys, and they'll be
two halves.
Yeah, exactly, that's right. But they, as I said before, they'll just want to, have patience with the ball in hand, get that ball through their hands as much as they can, try and draw in defenders, and it's only going to take one break. I mean, someone like, you've got Big Dell on there now. It only takes him to make one break, and he's rumbling down the pitch for a pie. So, all to play for in the second half. It's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it.
No, me too. It's been an exciting game. Actually, it's been an exciting day so far. So if you get the opportunity, make sure you do come down to the football club to come and support the GFI Hong Kong 10s. There's a reason why it's the best 10s competition in the world. The talent, the people, the atmosphere, it's fantastic, and the weather is ideal for it. So we're just about to kick off the second half now.
Another benefit of coming down to the pitch is you don't have to listen to me or Reece. So if that's not enough incentive for you to get down and see the game, then nothing is.
That's a big point there. That's a very, very valid point. The penalty there to the Wallabies. They'll most probably be looking to hit this deep into the 22, have a line out, create an attacking platform from there. Again, they're starting this half just as they finished with the momentum, kind of really looking to attack. I think as long as the Wallabies can get a score off here, they'll keep on going this way. AP Dragons are going to be getting very nervous at this point because they're just not getting the ball to play with, and they'll start getting frustrated. I think when they start getting frustrated, that's when you see the errors come in, the late tackles, high tackles.
Exactly, and you look at this team out there at the moment now. It's a very good back line for the Classic Wallabies with Larkham, Tim Atkinson, Wendell Saylor. There's a lot of experience there.
There's a lot of big names there. So the Dragons stole the ball off the line out.
But the Wallabies look to steal this back here. We'll see, and they've done it. Oh, that's a tough call. But the Wallabies are still down there in the right half of the pitch. The APDs will want to get out of this area quick, smart.
Wallabies actually looking pretty strong. As again, you saw it from the first half. AP Dragons come out 110%, foot flat on the floor, kind of giving it all the gas. But I think the Wallabies, as I said earlier, have just absorbed that pressure, and now they're starting to play their momentum, slow the game down, looking to build, looking at each kind of phase to build an opportunity to attack and create an overlap.
No, definitely. They look like a team that just knows what they're doing. They don't seem to be pressured or rushed. They just seem to be very composed. I mean, you've got probably the most relaxed man in international rugby playing at fly half. So, they've got the ball here, the Wallabies. Let's see if there's ever an attacking position to be in. It's right here.
They've done well to get the ball back there. They're looking very strong. Been impressed with the Wallabies.
No, they're playing it to their strengths. That's a nice little dink behind the play there. And that's interesting. Is that carried over? That's carried over. That's a great kick there from Tim Atkinson. Perfectly weighted. Put the APDs under pressure, and they've carried the ball over their own try line. So it's a 5-metre scrum to the Classic Wallabies.
From a defensive opportunity, those kicks are always frustrating because you've got no option what to do. As soon as you've got that ball, there's a player on you.
That's right.
And you're limited to what you can do, and you know straight away, immediately as that ball goes down,
yep.
It's a great attacking platform for the opposition.
No, definitely, and I mean that just shows the pure class of international rugby players, right? They know what to do. They do it at the right time. So, just might add for those who are going to continue watching on the multitude of media platforms that we're on today. Next up, we've got Jim Hamilton and Andy Good, so that the level of commentary will probably be raised for the next couple of games.
Less banter.
Well, that's debatable as well, but anyway. Big Dell has swatted him away. Here we go.
Oh, there's a great overlap. Doesn't even need it.
I think he's lost that. I would say he's lost that. But it was a high tackle, so we'll see what happens.
So in this instance, because we haven't got the referee up in the stands, the camera, so the touch judge and referees really have to kind of talk each other through, decide what to do, and take ownership of the decision, which is great to see.
Oh, has he awarded it?
He's awarded a try.
Well, there you go. That's why I'm not a ref. Or don't want to be one either.
That's a key piece there.
Big Dell, he was on for like 2 minutes, did what was needed, and he's off.
Yeah, he's like, my work here is done. I created an overlap, I'm done now.
He's off as well, so they've made some, Wallabies are making some key changes at the right times. So, anyway, the points are on the board. It's the Wallabies 10, Classic Wallabies 10, AP Dragons 5.
The AP Dragons will be quite frustrated by this now. They would have been expecting to be 3-4 scores over at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think they probably just, well, I mean, they would have known that the threat the Wallabies posed, but they just haven't had the ball. I mean, this second half, the Wallabies just held the ball and in possession, but they just haven't had it. So, we'll see what happens in the next couple of minutes. If they can keep the ball, put a bit of pressure on. Big Lawrence Miller's taken up there. He's lost it though.
I've noticed the Wallabies have done that exceptionally well. When they've gone in there, they've got one player taking the man, and the other player going on the ball, trying to rip it out. Seems to be working very well for them.
No, they've got those big boys up front, and that sort of has given them advantage over some of these teams that are a bit slighter, a bit more mobile. They're using those big tight forwards as like 15s, and they're going for one tackle. Our guys holding him up, and the big fellas coming in and ripping the ball away. So it's quite a smart tactic there, because it's a lot of teams won't employ that.
Yeah, because you see a lot of people make the contact, then spread. They kind of spread in, 2 players going in, and it's working for them very well.
Right, exactly. So let's see what happens here with the scrum. Wallabies looking for a nice sort of solid foundation.
Scrum there by the Wallabies.
Here we go. We'll see what happens. All the young boys are on now in the backs. That's a great step. That is an absolute magic step.
That's a fantastic try.
I mean, I'm not going to say that's Josh Turner. That's we won't say that that's the ball game, but that's it's going to be difficult for the APDs to come back from that with probably after the kick it'll be sort of 3.5 minutes left on the clock. They'll need to score three tries, and the coffee's over. That's not a good sign. That's all right. It's not a beer. We're not wasting anything. So.
Yeah, so they got the conversion. So it's 4 minutes left in the second half with the Classic Wallabies 19, the AP Dragons 5. But I don't actually think we've been out of the Dragons half.
No, you're right. The Wallabies have played this second half absolutely brilliantly. They've put the ball down into the APD's half, and they've just pressured them. In defence, they've really got in their faces and made them make errors. And in attack, they've just held the ball. If they've kicked,
oh,
fantastic
smart. Hit there. Again, that's them going in pairs. Big player there, one high, one slightly, one low, one high. Yep. Just picking the legs and just driving.
Well,
back.
They're knowing, right? They're picking and choosing their players to go double defence on. Which if they're defending a big guy, one will go low, one will go high. But the APD is starting to get some momentum here. They'll want to throw it around, try and get some space.
But it's interesting now, I don't know whether this is the frustration coming in, but you're not seeing them pass, you're seeing the bigger guys just trying to run direct and not create the gaps. Although saying that was a great little line there.
Just lack of support there. I think that they look a little bit tired, the APDs, just not quite giving the guys the support they need. That could be a penalty.
I think that will be a penalty, card. Yeah.
Well, actually, it was up direction, so I mean that's a harsh call, but anyway.
Yeah, because I say because in those situations it's very hard as the person hitting that ball, because you want to hit it up because it gives you the chance to regain it.
Well, I mean, I thought
didn't slap it down.
I thought the rule was if he's slapping down, it wasn't a slap. He tried to tap it up and regain it. But anyway, referee's decision is final, like the second try. So APD's gaining more momentum here, getting a try, another penalty. They'll need to really put this down. They'll say they want to put this down in the corner, or they're not. They're going for a quick tap, but they really need to get a score on the board now. And that'll leave the last minute sort of open to anything. So
yes, they get a little bit scrappy the game is now, but you can see kind of the Wallabies keeping their structure. They got their game plan. They're just going to play their momentum, their tempo, and I think that's definitely frustrated the AP Dragons.
Yeah, exactly. I think you look there, the Classic Wallabies. That last bit of play is a bit scrappy there, because you've got one team, trying to get momentum and get the win, and the Classic Wallabies is trying to sort of play smart rugby to get this win, to sort of keep their lead. So, yep, it's going to be an interesting last minute and 40 seconds.
Minute 40 seconds. Second half is a big ask now to get three scores in such a short period, particularly with the way the momentum and the Wallabies are playing. But saying that, it is a good attacking platform here that the AP Dragons have.
Oh, that's bad from the APDs. They'll be disappointed. That's a knock-on.
Yeah.
That would be the game. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that's the game.
I'd have to agree with you there.
At 19-5, I'm pretty confident. Wallabies were happy with this. The Classic Wallabies were happy with this win.
Yeah, I think the Wallabies are the type of team as well that won't just sit now and just go into contact, slow the play down, just hold the ball and run down the clock. I think they'll try and get another score.
No, definitely. I mean, that's the worst thing you can do in this sort of situation is try and just try and hold the win, or just play for the win, and go into defensive mode. They'll play attacking right to the last second. So, with less than a minute now on the clock.
So would this be the kind of first upset in terms of the seedings today?
Oh, I would say so. Yeah. I mean, this is the first upset for the day. So yeah, the APDs will be disappointed.
Oh, that was a fantastic hit. Could hear the crunch.
But the APDs will now, what they'll have to do is they'll have to go through the next 2 games for today. They'll have to play and they'll have to score lots of tries. So you watch them later on today. They'll be throwing the ball around and trying to get as many points as they can.
Yeah. There's a lot of pressure they put themselves under there to really kind of progress to the main finals.
No, exactly. It's always hard. If you lose that first game, it's hard. But I think they've the APDs will be a team that can, if there's any team that can progress and do what they need to do to progress to the cup rounds tomorrow, they'll be it's them. So
there you go. That's game.
As the ball's kicked and touched, that's again the Wallabies, and that signs off for us now.
You're about to go up in level now in terms of commentary. Some true skill coming across here now.
Tigers, British Africans, highly impressed in the pool. This is the Fijian Army making their way on to the paddock here for the picture. By the Tigers, underway in the